Hey, Shalom family. How you guys doing? I hope you all had a wonderful Sabbath. And I know here in Africa, the sun's down, and I know some of you are continue to have a wonderful Sabbath at this time. Uh, I just want to tell you, family, that I love you, and uh, I wish you well, and I wish you peace and happiness on every Sabbath. With that, today I have something truly be thankful for this day. Someone may call it a tragedy, but some I call it a blessing. And what I mean by that is, I was in an incident where I was cutting and I took a hatchet and I missed the. I not necessarily missed the swing, but I cut through the branch, but it past the branch, but it went into my leg. And cut was pretty deep, all the way to the bone. Um, but I had the experience of going to the hospital here in the emergency room in Ghana, you know, and it was different. Uh, I did not have a vehicle here to take me to the hospital at the time, so you had to improvise, So my wife, I told her to go find a taxi to come bring it back to the house, you know. Being ex-military, I knew I had to wrap it, I had to elevate it, I had to slow the bleeding down. All these things you learn on your first aid. Don't panic. You do what you have to do. Uh, Control the bleeding. Stay calm. Elevate your legs. These are things of training that you should learn if you're traveling anywhere in the world. I always have a first aid kit and communicate. So my wife went out to get the taxi. She brought it back. And they took me to the emergency room here in Ghana at a Ghana hospital, and it was unique. Family, it was different. Uh, so when I came in, it's a small area, but they helped me right away. They took me into a room that was when you pulled into the emergency room. It was it's different. It's not like the emergency rooms in the states where I have this grandeur area and it's real nice and smooth, but it was fine. Uh, so I went in there and I went in the room and the doctors came in and first the nurse came in, uh, elevated it on a seat, and when the doctor finally came in, unwrapped it and they examined it and they tried to contain the bleeding after they unwrapped it and they completed. They continue on and they they did sterilize the equipment that they used. They cleaned it off, cleaning solutions, and they had to stitch me up. Long story short, they stitched me up inside because when you have really deep cuts all the way down to the bone, they have to stitch the inside, then they have to stitch the outside so it will heal properly. That's just normal. Uh, I believe he did a good job. He stitched the inside. He numbed the area up with Lobacaine, and then he stitched the inside and he stitched it out. He wrapped my leg up, and and I. But the great thing about this family is that this is a small video. Is that the taxi driver even stayed with me. I thought he would leave, but he stayed with me to make sure I was okay with my wife. And he didn't leave. He stayed there. In fact, even even when the guy was doing the stitching, he was standing there, which was kind of odd, to me. But he would leave and come back and watch, and as he stitched me up, I probably got about 25 stitches. Uh, you know, I'm getting better. It's been about 3 days. I can at least stand on my feet and I can walk around a little. I don't want to bust the stitches up, so I'm gonna try to stay off my feet as best as possible. But family, you can pray for me. But the Most High has already, he already done great things for me. He got me to the hospital. I didn't hit any major nerves, or I could still move my toes. So I didn't hit the major artery. I missed it by millimeters away. Uh, so the Most High was the blessing to me. Even the injury itself and how it occurred, and then was a blessing. Um, I always look at things that, even when they harm me, as a blessing, and it's what I always tell my brothers and sisters. The Most High is going to allow what He wants to have happen to you to happen to you, and if it happened, He allowed it to happen. So the key is you got to get from what you learn from it. Now, maybe He wanted me to slow up, get off my feet, stop trying to do so much. You know, it could be a lot of reasons. I will pray and ask Him what are the reasons, but I know He was with me the whole time, and most High have His reasons for doing the things that He do, and we pray about it, and it will come to us, and He will tell us what they are. So, family, what I'm trying to tell you is, even through disaster or pain, or even through heartaches, the Most High is still with you, and He's trying to guide you. He's trying to help you through it. But most of all, He's teaching you. And sometimes when you go through something, it's not for you to learn; it's for others to learn. And that's what we also have to remember. I mean, take instance the story of Job. Job went through quite a bit, but his story is legendary. It continues on in the writings, and we take lessons from the lessons of Job. So, was Job lesson for himself, or was Job lesson for us? You can debate that. Was it for the generations to come, to know that the Most High will provide, and that if you stay strong and be faithful to Him, even through disaster, that then He will barak you, and no matter what you lose, He will give it to you 10 times fold. So that's one of the things we just have to remember when we're dealing with the Most High. Mosquitoes. So I tell you this because this is not a long thing. I just wanted to thank the Most High for keeping me and preserving me, and I still got my foot. So all praises to the Most High, because He could have took the whole thing. Uh, but He's always with me, and He's always keeping me, and He's always loving me. So just wanted to tell you guys, I'm okay. If you're wondering, I'm fine. I'm Barack, and I enjoy my peaceful Sabbath. But you can keep me in your prayers as always. And I just want you to remember, that He loves me, He loves you. Now, I ain't gonna show you the gruesome cut that I got, with the hatchet that I right down through my leg, but I can show you the bandage, you know. But it's still there, and eventually I'll be walking normal again once the stitches heal, and I'll be back to my normal working out there in the field, trying to get done what I have to get done. Uh, but with that, family, it's just a short. If you wonder, I just disappear sometimes. Sometimes I'm working hard. I'm out there trying to prepare this community and this land, in which um, again, like I always say, if it's in your heart, and if you ever give, we greatly appreciate it. And we will appreciate everything that anybody has given to us. But with that, family, I love you, and you take care. Swallow, shalom, and you have a wonderful day.